Today's kind of special. We've got stars on the show. We hope they do well, cause charity gets the dough on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Thank you, Jim. Hello there. Welcome to Card Sharks. Nice to have you here. Thank you. You are most kind, and thank you, as always, for joining us at home. We do indeed have stars on the show. As a matter of fact, we have stars all this week, and then 4 more stars the next week, then the 2 top stars from each week in the 3rd week, as they all play for their favorite charities, and it's been so great so far. I hope you've been with us as we've been playing with Meredith McCrae, Marianne Mobley, Ross Martin, and Greg Malavy. And as we left off yesterday, Ross Martin won a match as we continue the round robin. He didn't have time to go for the big money for his charity. He's going to do it right now. Welcome a fine gentleman, a fine actor once again, Ross Martin. Hello there.
Can you tell I did my own stunts?
What's on the... Did you do your own stunts on the Wild Wild West?
Yeah, everything except the high sequences and the falls, but I did all my own fights. We got hurt a couple of times because of it.
I would imagine, Sheldon. Very nice, sporty outfit there.
I figured if I'm going to gamble, I may as well look the part.
Indeed, yes. Who are you gambling on behalf of?
I am gambling on behalf of the Cancer Immunization Center at UCLA.
Good card. You cut the money cards?
I'm ready for it. Yes, I do.
Let's get up there and play them. Let's open the board and get to those money cards. Come on, Ross. Let's make some money for them right now. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
And for any new viewers, here's the way we do it. The cards that Ross cut are waiting right here, and we're going to give him $200 of new money and 3 cards on the bottom line to bet as you will. Up to the 2nd level, we add another $200 of betting money, 3 more cards.
Your dealers beat the ones in Vegas.
Well, they certainly look better than the ones in
Yeah.
Vegas. $50 is the minimum bet. Remember the big bet, you must bid at least half. Now, you're on your own here. We've got a great new rule we just put in a couple of weeks ago. If you get a tie, you do not lose. On a double, the money just carries over. So that means you can't lose on a deuce or an ace. Let's see a lot of them right now. You ready?
I hope so.
Here's
Right.
$200. And, of course, you can change cards on each level if you need to. Ross, thank you, Lois. We'll start Ross off with 200 and an 8.
I'd like to change that card, if I
That
may.
is the worst card you can get, and we'll replace it with one of the best, a 2.
I will bet all of it. $200 on higher.
And we'll try to double it, 400 if this is higher. Yes, with a 10.
I will bet $200 on lower.
Half of it, $200 that this card is lower.
Oh.
Down to 200 with a queen.
I will bet. I have 200, do I?
200.
I will bet all 200 on lower.
All right, come on. Let's get to 400 if this is lower. It is. Now with a terrible card, the 8, we're going to move it up. You don't have to play it as we add the other 200s.
I want to change that card.
Well, you made a great change before. Can you make a good one again? Yes, with a 4. 600.
How much do I have? 600? I will bet $400 on higher.
$400 higher than a 4. Yes, with a jack. $1,000 and 3 to go.
I will bet $200 on lower.
$200 lower than a jack.
Oh.
But for $200, you've got an ace and $800.
I will bet all of it on lower.
And it's $1,600 if this is lower. Yes, and still a good card as we move up the king. $1,600 and a king, Ross. What's it going to be?
The only thing that can beat me right now is an ace. We've
That's
got
right.
one of them showing.
You would come out even. You don't lose, but you'd come out even with a king. You would lose with the other 3 aces. You have $1,600.
I will bet all $1,600 on lower.
Let's not see one of those other 3 aces. Trying to double $1,600 for one of his favorite charities. Ross Martin? Yes! $3,200. Way to go. Couple of great cards there at the top. And with the 200 in the game, Ross, you've got $3,400 for the UCLA Cancer Immunization Center. Nice. We'll see you a little later in the tournament. We are going to have Marianne Mobley coming out, and you're going to stay right here, as a matter of fact, to play Marianne right after this. You did a nice job. And we continue the round robin now with Ross Martin, and we're going to deal out 2 brand new decks of cards, and now trying to do a good job for her favorite charity. Once again, a lovely lady, Marianne Mobley, coming out. And by the toss of the coin, Ross is playing the blue. And Marianne is playing the red. Nice to see you again,
It's
love.
good to see you again. I am having such fun. I am not winning, but I'm having a wonderful time.
You've only played one match. That you might do well now, right? Okay. Is that what happens when things aren't going well?
Yes.
Right into the little shell.
Yes.
Get the blanket and the whole... Oh. Who are you playing for, Marianne?
I'm playing for Share Incorporated. It does tremendous work with the Exceptional Children's Foundation.
They do indeed. Nice to have you back there.
Thank
with us.
you.
Did you cut the cards?
Yes, I did.
Here we go. Best 2 out of 3 starts with a question to Marianne. Marianne, we asked 100 college men. Do you want the woman you marry to have a career? How many college men do want the woman they marry to have a career? Interesting question.
It is interesting because I think times have changed. And I think with college men now, they really enjoy their wife having a career because then the two of them grow together. My husband said an interesting thing. He said, I'm so glad you're an actress because now when I come home and I say, listen, do you know what that director did to me? Or you know what happened on the set today? You understand.
Yeah.
I think times have changed. So I think that a lot of them are going to say they would like for their wives to have a career.
How many?
Now the number.
Aha.
That's the rub.
Aye,
Yes.
there's the rub.
Yeah, aye, there's the rub. Let's see. What about 53?
53 out of 100 college men say they want their wives to have a career. Ross, higher or lower?
I think that the whole direction at the moment is for couples to work, for both of them to work. I don't know any other way for them, frankly, to meet
Yes,
the kind of
I
rising costs. So I would say that figure may well be higher.
Higher. Oh. With a monetary thing to consider as well, yes. If it's higher, you'll play your cards, Ross. If not, it'll be Marianne with hers. And remember, if you hit it right on the head, it's a $500 bonus for your charity. The actual number of college men who want the woman they marry to have a career is 73. It is indeed even higher. Ross Martin solves this one and starts off the match with a 4.
I'll try higher.
Higher than a 4. Oh, he's not
I
higher.
have lost too much.
Marianne gets a
fell
break.
in love with that
Come
3.
on.
Oh. Can't change it, can
No,
I?
didn't win the
No, I'm
question.
stuck with that wonderful 9. Lower.
Lower? No? Well, now we know why you made that face. It wasn't very good.
Oh, no.
Question to you, Ross. And
Yes.
Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. Ross, we asked 100 married men, while in the middle of a romantic moment with your wife, has she ever started nagging you? How many men said in the middle of a romantic moment their wife has started nagging?
Well, it would seem impossible that anybody would, wouldn't it? But those things
Depends
do
on
happen.
what they're nagging about.
Yes. I think that there is always a small percentage that will start some kind of reminder about you promised to get me, or do you know how badly I need?
That's one choice.
I think that it may well be 32 out of 100.
32 out of 100 have started nagging in the middle of romance, Marianne. Marianne is a bit stunned right now, friends, yes?
We would never do that.
Oh.
None of the ladies I know and none of the ladies in our audience would do that.
Okay.
Are you going to say higher?
But the rub is you're asking the man and he'll say anything.
I get the feeling she remembers every word of the question. You really know.
And
He
what
said-
you wore?
I will probably be wrong, but I'm going to say lower.
You say lower.
Am I not right, ladies?
You are.
Yes.
With a little faith in the men, Marianne says lower. The actual number of married men who said in the middle of a romantic moment their wife has started nagging is 44. It's not lower, it is higher.
They lie.
Ross, you've got a 4.
I'm going to try higher again.
Higher again, it is a 5.
That is an absolutely dreadful, dreadful card. I'm going to try higher.
Higher, he says. No. It was dreadful. Marianne, you've got a 9, and again you've got...
How many wives would laugh at their husband when he fell flat on his face?
Marianne is definitely a gracious winner, isn't she, friends? You've got a 9.
But I love you.
I know.
I'm stuck with that 9
You're
again.
stuck with a 9.
It's not. Lower.
Lower, she says. This time it is a 3.
Higher.
Playing the 3 higher for a 10.
Freeze.
And now Marianne needs 2
I'm
cards.
getting so excited. I'm screaming.
No, that's all right.
The audio man is now back there doing
Question
this.
3 goes to you, Marianne. Marianne, we asked 100 women. Do you dress to please men or to please other women? How many women said they dress to please men?
You know, that's the age-old question. Now let's see
Well,
how...
it's a fairly new card, but...
No, but I mean, that's been going around forever.
Oh.
I don't think very many. I think we dress to please ladies. I'm going to say about 40, though.
40 out of 100 women said they dress to please men, Ross. She said 40.
40 out of 100 said they
dress
dress
for the men.
to please men. I'm going to take a chance and say higher.
Higher than that?
Yeah, a greater percentage than that admit that they dress to please men.
I don't know. I don't know the answer, but I would tend to go along with Marianne.
Think that it's
Whenever
40
I've
or
talked about it
less.
with women, most women, they dress for women. Let's find out.
Oh,
In
yeah,
this
to make
case,
other women jealous.
Out of these 100, the actual number of women who dress to please men is 77. Ross has it. It is higher. And Ross is still looking at a great card, the 4.
I've got to go higher again.
Higher. It is a 6.
A 6 is a dreadful number. That's an absolutely dreadful number.
Isn't it?
I'm going to freeze.
And now as we freeze, Marianne needs 2 cards. Ross needs 3 cards. Sudden death. Someone has to win the game on the next play of the cards. Coming at you right after this.
Oh, I didn't realize that this was...
We are faced with sudden death. Marianne needs 2 cards. Ross needs 3 cards. And the question goes to you, Ross.
Oh, to me.
Ross, a new book claims that more and more men are deciding to give up sex because it interferes too much with their lives. So we asked 100 single women, would you date... The lady's got an awful laugh out there. So we asked 100 single women, would you date an attractive man who admitted he never wanted to have sex? How many women would date a man who never wanted to have sex?
Oh, what a challenge that would be. Oh, can you picture women saying, let me change his mind? Oh, what fun that is. How many women would be willing to date a man who said, I
never...
am not interested in sex?
That's right.
I would say...
Keep shaking the wrist, we'll understand why.
I would say it doesn't really have to do with that. Don't upset me, Marianne. She's doing a little rock number on, you know, that a cat that swallowed the canary. What was the question? No.
Now to get back to our game, how many women would date a man who never wanted to have sex?
I think that the figure will be surprised. Marianne is holding my hand. The figure is surprisingly... Marianne, I'm not one of them. The figure will be surprisingly high, I believe. I think that women would find it a challenge, and I think it'd be an interesting thing for them to explore, so to speak. I would say that it's... I don't mean anything by that. I would say that the figure would be as high as 60%.
Or 60 out of 100 in this case. Very interesting, and he had some problems with it. Marianne, how about you? 60 out of 100 women would date an attractive man who never wanted to have sex.
Well, I dislike the inference that ladies are interested only in sex.
Yes,
We're
they might
interested in
want to-
companionship as well. And I think it would be very refreshing to go out with someone and know that you don't have to wrestle him at the front door.
Exactly. Or have dinner. You know.
And I think it's going to be higher.
Higher than that.
So there.
The actual number of single women who would date a man who never wanted to have sex is 38. No, it's lower, not higher. Ross, you've got control, but you're faced with a problem. It is sudden death. You have a 6. You could, of course, change it. You need 3 cards. Marianne, with a pretty good base card of 10, needs only 2. Do you want to play it yourself or pass it to Marianne?
I'm going to pass to Marianne. I'm going to lumber Marianne.
Then you must get them both then, Marianne. You've got a 10.
Listen, something's got to be good to me. Lower.
Lower than a 10. Yes, a 3.
I just think I'll go a little higher.
For the first game of the match, no! It's not higher! And Ross wins it in style! console Marianne. Oh. Game 1 to Ross Martin. Marianne Mobley is still mad about the 3 and the 2. Same 2 decks of cards. Next card's off the top of the deck, and now Marianne needs this game.
Pick it.
Marianne, we've
Yes,
all
sir.
seen those cartoons about the Stone Age where cavemen drag their women around by the hair. So we asked 100 single women, would you enjoy being dominated by your man like that? How many single women would enjoy being dominated like that?
The operable word is like that. I think we
Being
all like to
dragged
be
around.
dominated. In a way, yes, we like to be told. I don't want to tell him, but I think about 60.
60 out of 100 women said, yeah, they enjoy being dominated like they'd like that, the old caveman style. What do you think, Ross?
Do you know, I love this audience. There's no two ways about it.
Oh, they're very definite. They make a decision, absolutely.
Well, I've only got to go by my own experience. And I haven't pulled anyone around by the hair yet.
You forgot last Saturday night.
Oh, gee, I did. No, I think that not today's women, for sure. They're far more liberated and independent. Although they like to be dominated, it's not that rough. I'd say lower.
Lower. The actual number of single women who said they would enjoy being dominated by their man like that is 3. That's all. Ross is absolutely right.
Well,
Ross.
I just didn't want to break my string of luck.
Of course, Ross starts this game with a 6.
I'm going to change that card.
Getting rid of the 6. A good change with
Yes.
a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king, a 5.
Higher.
Risking it higher, an ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace, a 5.
Higher.
Trying to go all the way, no.
Why didn't I freeze?
I'm so glad
Marianne's
you didn't.
luck changes. She's got a free chance at a 6.
Higher.
Higher than a 6, an ace.
Lower.
Lower than the ace, a 5.
I'm going to freeze.
You're gonna freeze.
The
6
way my luck's going, I don't want to push it.
Well, your luck worked there at the end because you're still in it.
Oh,
Ross.
if I had only
Through
been
no fault
intelligent.
of my own.
Ross, we found 100 women who are engaged to be married. And we asked them, do you plan to go by your maiden name after you're married? How many engaged women said they do plan to go by their maiden name?
Well, there's a great deal, particularly amongst professional women, there's a great deal of that going on. But I would say that that's only in the job. I don't believe that that would be outside socially or anything like that. I don't think that there'd be a large number that would want that. I would say approximately 20%.
Or 20 out of 100 in this case. Marianne?
Well, you know, it's very interesting because I am Marianne Mobley as an actress and Mrs. Gary Collins in Married Life.
Yes, I had
But
you
I
in
think,
mind.
yes, but I think it's happening more and more. I think that more ladies are going by their maiden names because of their work, so I think it's going to be higher.
Even more than 20. Higher.
Yes.
The actual number of engaged women who plan to go by their maiden name after they're married is 7. Not higher, it's lower. Ross has it. Now, it's still not that prevalent. And, Ross, you've got a king.
Lower.
Lower, he says. No! It's not lower. Marianne's having better luck with the cards and a free chance with a 5.
Higher.
Higher than a 5. A king!
Lower.
She can tie it up if it's lower. She does! We have a tie. Each player with 1 game and $100 for their favorite charity. So we will quickly set up for the tiebreaker. 3 cards up there, 3 questions here.
You know, I won in spite of myself.
You did good. Marianne, now this is a fact. Every night on Italian television, dozens of housewives perform a striptease. So we asked 100 housewives across the United States, if it were legal here, would you be willing to do a striptease on television? How many housewives would be willing to do a striptease on television?
Well, you know, I wouldn't. First of all, I think I must be kind to the audience. I don't want everybody seeing this. But I think there are a lot of ladies out there who would like to. So I think it's going to be a rather high amount. No?
How many?
Stick by your
Well, no, I think there would be like about 45.
45 out of 100 housewives would. What do you think, Ross?
I think that ladies are more modest than that in the United States. I say it'd be lower.
Lower. The actual number of housewives who would be willing to do a striptease on television is 9. Very much lower. Ross has got it. And Ross in the tiebreaker starts off with a 9.
I want to change that.
Big change with just 3 cards up here. A jack is better.
I'm going to try lower.
Lower than a jack. A 3!
Higher.
For another crack at the big money. Yes! Ross wins it. Ross Martin continues his winning ways. We'll be back with these nice people after this.
This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson, Bill Tautman production.